Hello and welcome to A New Thing Live. I'm so glad that you are here. Oh my goodness. Tonight's show, amazing. We've got an all-star, all-female cast lineup and they going to bring it. And so I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Cyndi Galley and I have the awesome honor of hosting this brand new show. We are loving it. And we have had some wonderful guests. We've had some incredible aha moments. And so I'm so glad that you're here. I pray that you are safe. I pray that you are doing well. We do pray for our viewers, those that have watched, those that are commenting. In fact, if you're on right now, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, we want you to comment. We want you to interact. It's so much fun to see all of you commenting and interacting. This is an interactive show, so we want to make sure that you do that very thing. So are you ready for our guest? So excited. This woman, and I was looking at her bio, and I'm like, what in the world? I mean, I knew that this woman was phenomenal. I knew that she was a powerhouse. I know that she's got it. Like, she is slaying it where life is concerned. But I'm going to read you a little bit about our first guest. Debora Wondercheck, MSED, is the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Arts and Learning Conservative, the ALC. Since 2004, Debora has grown the conservatory from 21 students to 1,200 youth yearly. This is annually. This is not a total in 16 years. No, this is annually. Entertaining audiences of over 10,000 annually in Orange County in the OC. And as an accomplished master teacher of, and I don't even know how to spread this word. I was like, I need to ask Siri how to say it. But the string, is it, you're going to have to tell me, Debora, when you come out, is it peda? Peta. I'm letting her finish that peta because I don't know what it is. She has taught and trained students at Vanguard University, Irvine Unified School District, Newport Mesa Unified District, and also serves as the director of music at the Waldorf School of Orange County. These are just some of the things that she's done, but I'm going to go on because there's more. She's received many accolades for her creation of effective arts education programs for the youth, which is one of the reasons we're going to have her here to talk about that tonight. In 2020, the Arts and Learning Conservatory became a nationally awarded arts organization under Debora's leadership. And also last year, she was nominated for the Women in Business Award by the Orange County Business Journal. In 2019, she received the Orange County Influencer for Good Award from the Institute of Community Leadership and became I'm going to say Gianneschi Fellow of CSFU. And additional organizations that have also featured her and highlighted her and given her awards include Orange County's Outstanding Arts Organization of the Year, Farmers and Merchants People You Can Bank On, Distinguished Women of Substance Award of Orange County, and the list goes on and on. All that to say, this woman is bad. She is a bad mama jamma in the best sense of the word. Would you welcome with me tonight, Debora Wondercheck? Hello, Miss Debora. Are you here?
I am here. Thank you so much, Cyndi.
I know. I was like, I mean, literally, I saw that bio and I'm like, what in the world? She has done some stuff. Wow. Now I'm like, feel like when I see you, I need to kind of.
Oh, no, you don't.
Give you a little royal bow. How are you doing, my friend? You look amazing. You look gorgeous. You doing good?
Thank you. I'm doing good. And the word you were trying to say earlier was string pedagogy. String pedagogy.
String pedagogy.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. I learn new things every day. And really, this show has been one of the reasons why I do learn new things all the time. I'm so thankful for it. So string pedagogy.
And that just means I train individuals to become effective string teachers. So string pedagogy, that's what it's called.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, just all of the things that you've done. And then, of course, just you having your arts and learning conservatory. We're so, so honored to have you here on our show tonight. So many questions I have for you. First of all, how have you been doing during the pandemic? How has your family been doing during the pandemic?
We've been doing pretty well. God's been good. That's what I have to say.
Yes.
During the pandemic with my organization, though, it was a bit rough because for about 8 months there, we had no one coming through the doors. We had to quickly figure out how to, transfer and just adjust to our new normal, as people call it. And even at one point, we were about $90,000 in debt. And really, because the bills kept coming in. We have a beautiful building in Costa Mesa, but bills kept coming in. I had to still keep paying people because we did transfer to online. We transferred about 300 string and band students to being an online platform as opposed to being in person, and we had to do it quickly. So that was a bit rough, but we did decide through all of that, because I knew that God had called me to do what I'm doing, and that is reach children through the arts. It's an outreach to not only just reach them, but give them high quality to really set them up for success in life. So in the midst of all that, the debt, not knowing what to do, I knew, God, you called me to this, you're going to provide. And what ended up happening for us by August, there was a couple who had decided to help us out and just asked, what do you need? And ended up covering that debt that we had. I mean, won't he do it? That was Jesus that did that. Covered that.
Wow.
And even before the debt was covered, I had already discussed with my team, my admin team, there's about 5 of us. And I'd said, you know what? I don't care what happens during this pandemic. We're here to do goodwill. If that means our classes need to be free for a moment, they're free. If that means we do free master classes, they're free. We just want to keep reaching. So what ended up happening for us is we did free master classes. We had Broadway individuals come on and do free classes for our students.
Wow.
I mean, amazing. People that we never even knew about, all of a sudden, Deborah, hey, we'll do this. Can we pay? And I'm like, can we pay you? No, don't pay me anything that's going to mess up my, mess up the $600 a week thing that some people were getting from unemployment. But many of them were just like, no, we just want to help. We just want to do something great for the kids. So we survived all of that. We were able to do 2 productions during the midst of the pandemic or the beginning of it. We had an online radio theater production that we did, and we did a videotaping of Your Good Man, Charlie Brown Christmas. We videoed each child individually, not in a large group, none of that, individually with a green screen. And then we put those kids together piece by piece onto a video and put them into a movie. And with that movie, we decided, well, let's put this on, let's do a drive-in. And Mariners Church here in Irvine let us do a drive-in theater of our performances of the Charlie Brown Christmas. And we totaled out, we had 2 showings. We had close to 400 people come out to see that show.
Wow.
So we had to make some out of these lemons. We made not only lemonade, but some pink lemonade. This was crazy. Yeah.
And some lemon pie and some lemon
tarts, all that stuff. But it really worked in our favor. But it all was about doing goodwill. And I know God honored that. And even more than that, Cyndi, is that I had to really quickly think, how can we reach more kids? Because the kids are at home. They're, they need help. We got to reach them. So we were reaching them through the online stuff. But then the Lord placed on my heart, reach out to the YMCA. they never closed. They're still serving essential worker families, and the children of essential workers reach out to them. So I got in touch with the COO, who put me in touch with the education director. And what ended up happening is we just finished piloting 2 classes to them. And now they want to continue with some theater classes. Eventually we'll be in person, but they're like, yeah, let's get this going at all of the Orange County YMCAs for all of the kids. So we started with 2, and now it's branching into more. And the Boys and Girls Club also got on board. We did an African drumming class for 2 Boys and Girls Clubs, and they're like, look, the kids are just beating things constantly. They need more. So the Lord opened up doors that I didn't even know we could even reach into. And that was all through the craziness of this pandemic, which I'm grateful for how it's come out. Not grateful for the pandemic itself, but God will turn, what was meant for evil for good. And I'm grateful for that.
Yes, my goodness. I mean, so many things that we could even go in so many different directions. First of all, I'm just absolutely so impressed, and that's probably an understatement, with how you took, like what you said, those lemons and made them into lemonade. Because so many people froze, and a lot of people with the pandemic began to withdraw and pull back in fear or whatever. But you're so clear on your mission. You're you know what you're called to do. And you said that. I know that I was called to do this. And so here you are being courageous, and then the heart to reach these youth in a time, especially where has been a devastating year. Yeah. For not just for the nation, but for our globe. And for so many reasons, yes, the pandemic, but then there's all the isolation. Right. And then there's, some of that can even foster some little bit of mental, instability, or just even emotional instability. I remember just having a breakdown, even myself in my own garage, single woman, and just bawling because I'm like by myself for almost 2 weeks, and I was making whatever was in the freezer. In the beginning, you didn't even know, if you breathe somebody's air, well, you just didn't know. And so, my goodness, just, the heart of God is just so evident in the steps that your organization took to reaching those youth. And then I'm amazed that the Boys and Girls Club didn't even close. Like, to me, that's a hats off to them. Right. Yeah. For also staying true to their mission. I'm just so touched, with what you've shared. And then I got goosebumps when you shared that over, about 400 people came through. Yeah. Talk to me about, how do you decide we're going to do something creative, something that we've never done before, which is what this show is all about. The show is about doing something new, trying things a new way. There's things in our heart that we want to do. Sometimes we just think, oh, that's just an idea. I'll never really do that. Or I don't really have what it takes. Right. And yet I'm talking to you, and you said, oh no, we green screened and we did this, we did that. What did that process look like? Because it sounds amazing.
Well, you know what? I have a really solid team of administrative individuals around me. I've got an education director of theater, an education director of music, marketing person, an operations person, and literally we all just sat and we talked about what can we do to make it through, not just make it through this time, but to be successful. And with putting our heads together, we all came up with these different ideas. I didn't make all these decisions on my own. But I will say that when I am working with my team, I'll take any and all ideas and I'll listen to it, pray on it, and come on back and say, yeah, okay, this sounds good. Let's try this. Like, I'm all about everybody's input. I'm not an island to myself. I feel like if you've got great enough people around you that are solid in the way they think and how their heart is, especially with what I do towards children, you're going to have solid programs. So with all of our heads put together, we were able to come up with these great programs that I just shared with you.
Wow, I love that. And that's just, again, that's just hats off to you. And I'm so excited at the outcome and really the drive through. I mean, that there's nothing new under the sun, right? I mean, that's something, the drive-in is something that we grew up going to drive-in movie theaters. And so I feel like there was even just a beautiful nostalgic probably experience. I remember going to see Grease in the movie theater. I mean, in the drive-in, you know.
Right.
Since we're talking musicals, but not that I would necessarily recommend that one.
No,
because I think as I got older and I watched it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is really racy.
It's pretty racy.
It is racy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I wanted to tell a little bit on your family, and I want to talk a little bit about, you know, your family as well, because it seems like most of you are musical.
Right.
Did you come from a musical family?
Oh,
your siblings, your parents?
Yes, I come from a big family. I'm the youngest of 7 children.
Okay.
And my mom, very musical as far as singing. It didn't have formal training, but this is what it was. She had decided when she was first getting ready to have children, she prayed and she said, Lord, I want as many children as you'll give me. And with every single child I have, I'm going to dedicate them back to you. Just, Lord, I'm just asking, give them a musical talent. Just give them some kind of musical talent. So 7 children later, she just kept popping them out. And she just prayed, you know, musical talents. Well, her thing was she loved stringed instruments, and she was not able to do any type of playing of instruments, mainly due to where she grew up in the time, which was in Illinois. It was very segregated, North Chicago area. She didn't have the access to the arts. So she loved stringed instruments, and she wanted her children to play these instruments. So all of us played either cello, violin, viola, bass. My sister's a professional vocalist. She was voice lessons and training with that. She did musical theater. I have a brother that's special needs, and she had him playing the resonator bells and singing. And so because of that upbringing, I thought that was normal, Cyndi. I thought everybody just sings every day and plays the instruments, and realized much later that's not normal at all. But it was all the influence of my mom that brought us into the arts. And what ended up happening too is the wonderful influence of the arts. She made sure we got into orchestras. She found a music school, Conservatory. It was the Jack Benny Music School in Illinois.
Oh.
Yeah, she got us in there. And when they saw these kids come through, she paid a little something with my dad, but they created scholarships for us. But when some of the instructors, I think even one told my mom one day, you know what, if these kids really practice, they should be able to get scholarships to go to a university. And so my loving, sweet mom, who had just been encouraging us to play, turned into a drill instructor. She's like, you better practice. Everybody practice. And that was like the first thing out of my mouth, practice. But what ended up happening is 5 of the 7 of us received university scholarships across the nation in strings. And we switched things up once we got to college, but we were able to get into college with playing our instruments due to her fortitude and her tenacity. So, yeah.
I love that. That's so beautiful. And, you know, I'm not a parent, but I understand when I hear parents and they share that they always want their kids to experience something better than what they were able to experience. So it's so evident that as soon as she understood that, oh no, there's a chance that they can do this, it was like, oh, I'm going to make sure that happens.
Right. Yeah.
Probably why she, you know, like you said, she became a drill sergeant. I love that. Oh, especially because of those times. You know, I really wish I would have interviewed my grandmother. My grandfather was a college professor. My grandmother, also, she had her master's. She was called the grandmother of music in Huntsville, Alabama, where this little tiny community. Well, I shouldn't call it tiny, but called Oakwood College. It's a Seventh-day Adventist community.
Mm.
And I would ask her questions like, what was it like going to school? Or what was it like? Who encouraged you to get your master's degree? Kind of thing, because it just wasn't the norm, especially out in Alabama and all of those areas. So just so beautiful that somebody saw something very, saw the potential in your whole family and just encouraged your mom to have you all dream. And now, as a result, you're doing that, you're instilling those dreams, and you're fostering that in thousands of kids, thousands of children. And I do want to talk about the Arts and Learning Conservatory, but I do want to tell on your family a little bit, because when we first went into the pandemic, I remember, because at the beginning, you're just, what are you doing? You're like scrolling, you're looking, and I'm not a scroller, but I was, during that time in the beginning, I was like, well, what are they doing? And what's going on here? And in my feed was a video of you and your children.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you that had to have been your husband's Facebook profile. And I just remember watching, and I got choked up.
Oh.
Tears just filled my eyes. I think I feel like it had only been a couple of weeks, maybe a few weeks, where the pandemic, we were just at this ugly, on the rise, and all of these things, and no hope and no end in sight, and nobody knew what was going on. So we're going to show just a quick little clip of that, because it was so, I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind. I didn't know you were doing that. That's fine.
Yeah, just want to share the beauty that your family shared, the hope that your family shared in the gifts of strings and instruments. So if we can play that for a quick minute, that would be lovely.
This is Cara, this is Kenan, and this is Mom. And we will be playing Lovely by Billie Eilish and Khalid.
Oh, I can't hear you.
We would love to put the whole thing up on our, if we have your permission to put that. But I mean, even watching it now, I'm just remembering what it did to my soul. Just watching your family, seeing the unit come together, and then just using your gifts to bless people. And, I don't know what the whole idea was behind it. Obviously, it was filmed so that, some of us could watch it, but it was just so outstanding, and so it ministered to the soulish part of me. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. So what instruments do your children play?
Okay. My oldest son, my son, Kenaniah, is 18. He plays the string bass, as you saw. And then Karis, the one with the brown hair, she plays the violin. And Cara, my youngest, plays viola. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And then what were you playing? Is that the cello or what?
That's the cello. That's my main instrument. Yeah.
Oh, I love string. I never learned. I only played the piano. I shouldn't say only, because I do play the piano, but I always just had this deep love for stringed instruments, and just the highest respect for them, actually. Sting is one of my favorite bassists. And when I would go watch him play in concert, he did one of his more recent albums, after he kind of morphed, with his music. It'd be the same songs, then it went jazz, and then he went with I believe it was the London Symphony. I feel like.
Yeah, that's right.
So he'd bring out his upright, and I just love it. I love the stringed instruments.
Yeah.
Telling on myself. Okay, so you launched you had this dream to launch the Arts and Learning Conservatory. So you launched it, in 2004? And what was it? Was it a dream? Was it an idea? Was it something you always knew you wanted to do? Like, how did that come to be?
You know what it was is, again, my upbringing. I really honored the fact that my mom had invested so much into my life with just making the sacrifices that she did for me to play. So she's also she was a teacher at the time for Head Start. She would always have me come in and show my cello to kids because she knew that they would never even come close to seeing an instrument of that sort. So in the back of my mind, I kept thinking about what I had experienced only due to my mom making that accessibility, making it happen. And so starting Arts and Learning Conservatory, I just thought, I've got to give back. I can't just come and do my little cushy job, because I was adjunct professor of music at a university, as you already shared, music teacher, getting Teacher of the Year awards. I was comfortable. But I knew that there was more that I could be doing. There were students outside of the realm of the orchestra and the districts I was in that had everything. I knew there were kids who had nothing. So, and then I had to think back to the 10-year-old me, little me, of what I didn't have. But when my mom introduced us to that, it changed the trajectory of my life. So I thought, I have to give back. I have to create a program that reaches children that were just like me, children of color, children that didn't have the resources, all children. And so that's why I decided this is the time. And actually, when I decided to do it, I was already teaching for 10 years at the Irvine School District. And I put out a call to kids. I sent a little flyer out, come join my summer camp. Nobody signed up. Like 3 days before the camp, I had 3 kids signed up. So I told my husband, I need to just not even do this. I need to wait till I'm a little more mature. When I'm 70, 60, 70, I'll start the conservatory. And he told me, if you don't do this now, you will never do it. So
wow.
You better call those kids, get on the phone, see who will come. I called over 100 students the weekend before my camp. And by Monday, I had 21 kids signed up for that very first camp. And then the next summer, we had 140 kids come out. And then it's gone on and on and on and on. But it was all just a dream that I had to give back, because God had blessed me with the gifts that he had given me and the opportunity. And I couldn't sit on that. I had to do something to make it happen for other children.
Wow, so powerful. That mandate was like instilled on the inside of you. Yeah. It's something that you couldn't shake. And I'm so thankful, and I'm sure you, as you are as well, that your husband really pushed you to keep, moving forward. It's so easy. And I can tell, even for us, sometimes just when you're starting something new, it can be so easy just to want to retract. Yeah. But then when you just continue to, it doesn't leave you. And you realize that it's something that's outside of you and it's bigger than you. And it's not just about you.
Exactly.
And that's what drives me. That's what drives our team, even though it's so new in the process. And so I'm just we've done, I feel like we've done an event together. I think it was the Night of the Arts that we did. And that may have been the one thing that and that was so much fun. I mean, I love that. And, who knows if that type of a thing will come back, but it was just to me to see all of these different talents that you don't realize people have. You could be standing next to somebody at the market and just assume maybe if they're dressed a certain way that that's just who they are. But there's so much, like, God has so intricately made each person so
Right.
beautifully. And that's why we should never judge and judge by the book cover. Don't look at someone's outward and just say, oh, that's who they are. Because every one of us has something so unique. And it may not be music. It might be something else. It might be administration. It might be numbers or science or engineering, technology. I don't understand any of that. Math. I worked so hard at math. It was so easy for me to score well on spelling and reading and history, English, all of that I loved. Of course, the creative things, but when it came to math, I would try so hard. I mean, I would study like nobody's business and get a B minus on a test, And for me, math was really difficult, but I know now as I'm older, that's just the way that my brain, I'm always thinking like writing, script writing, screenwriting, writing, publishing, media, that I come to life with all of that. And so, so I totally get, that everybody has a different gift and something that God has given them. So
the way we do things at my conservatory is we find something that might be happening as a social issue, and we find a solution, and we empower the kids to be that solution through the art form.
Yes. And, I just have to tell you, one of my favorite performances at the Rock was for Christmas. Was it a year and a half ago ish? And it was the little drummer. They were
little drummer boy.
The little drummer boy. And I'm not sure, did you have something to do with that?
Yeah, I picked the music for that, and the choreographer did the work. But yes, we did the drummer boy dance.
It was sharp. I mean, I wanted to stand up and be like, yes. It was so much fun, and it was such beauty to it, and it was, of course, a flavorful version that I loved. I mean, it was. I was so happy. I wanted to jump out of my seat.
But to it, yeah.
Yeah. So I know that whatever you do is done well, and it's done with excellence. And so thank you for being a very bright light in Orange County, in Irvine, in all of these different areas, in the lives of the children, and the lives of even for those of us at the Rock. I just want to say thank you to you. Thank your family for being so diligent, and just for sharing. Somebody had commented on YouTube, in fact, that it was beautiful. I don't know if you know who Victoria Smith, but she said beautiful. And I love that she said it was a great gift during the pandemic to the world. That's really what it was. And so just thank you for the gift of giving, and may so many desire to follow in your shoes, myself included, and just to continue to give, because it always stems from love. And again, just thank you so much for being a part of us. I'm so thankful for you and your organization that has provided and really impacted thousands upon thousands of kids.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for things to come. Well, you are wonderful. You are wonderful, Debora Wondercheck. I would love to have you back, because I feel like there's so many other things we could have even talked about, the racial things that are going on, and even raising kids in two different cultures. I was raised with two different cultures as well, and so there's so many other things I know that we could talk about. But right now, we just want to give all the love to the Arts and Learning Conservatory.
Yes.
And artsandlearning.org.
Right.
We just want to make sure that that's what we're highlighting tonight. So thank you for giving as much as you do, and just blessings to you and to your organization, and everything that you put your hand to. May it continue to prosper, Debora.
Thank you. I received that word.
Yes.
Blessings.
Absolutely. All right. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Wow, so amazing. And we will, like I said, we will. I'm going to double check with her to make sure, but I would love for you all to see the full video of, Deborah playing those stringed instruments with her children. It was so moving to me, and I would love for you to see the entire video. So I'm going to make sure that it's all good. And if it's all good, we will be posting it on our website this week, which is a newthinglive.com. If you haven't checked it out, it's fairly new. Don't go. We've got one quick message and one quick word from A New Thing Live. Like definition, exhibition, simplify complexity.
I'm going to be on the show the same night as Dr. O'Quinn. Are you kidding me?
I'm only 5'3", girl, and I'm a size 10 shoe. That is not right. There's something wrong with that, first of all, okay?
Dress, I love that it's in color. Because that red is just popping on you, girl. But I want to get the book so I can already start getting ready now.
Oh, yeah.
This is a princess right here.
Yeah, je t'aime Paris. Je t'aime Paris.
Oh, oui, mademoiselle. If you haven't yet, don't forget, subscribe to A New Thing Live. Rock on by. Just keep on walking.
Yep.
Oh. Well, if you haven't yet, we would love for you to subscribe to our show. We're live every Monday night, and we just really have a great time. Our show is really meant to be a feel-good show to inspire you and encourage you to doing that thing that's already in your heart. So it's not about yes, it is something new in the regard that maybe you've just never done it before, or maybe you've never really quite given it the thought of what it really means to start something new. But we would love for you to share the show, something new every week. Every week we got something new and fun going on. Okay, so we're in my kitchen and we're about to get things hot up in here. I'm so excited. Our very next guest is not a stranger to A New Thing Live. I would say that she needs no formal intro because she is a regularly featured guest here. We love her dearly, but we also do want to give honor to where honor is due. And we do love ourselves some Ms. Lavette Jackson. So would you welcome with me Chef Lavette today to the set of A New Thing Live? Woo! Lavette. Hello, Chef. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm so good, girl. I get to cook with you today because I got a kitchen.
You ready? You ready? Uh-oh. We might can cook. Hey! Okay.
Hey! About to do the electric side. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get this
Yeah,
girl.
Okay, so we're so excited because you have just something very simple for us. You said I have a real fun, simple springtime. Talk to us about what we're going to be making today.
Well, first of all, I miss you guys, and I'm glad to be here tonight. So tonight what we're going to be doing is, happy spring, okay? So we're going to be doing some spring cleaning out of our refrigerator. So I didn't purchase anything. Everything I'm using tonight is strictly from my refrigerator, okay? So tonight we'll be featuring a frittata. And a frittata is basically like an elevated omelet, okay? It's just more elegant and beautiful, okay?
Okay,
so,
yes.
What I've done is went in the fridge. These are things that I have all the time in my refrigerator. You guys know I love squash. So I have some Italian squash, which is the green squash, and I have the yellow squash. And and then I have some everything's already prepared for us tonight. I got some onion, red bell pepper, and then I steamed some yellow potatoes. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and start getting my squash in my pan. And this
what should I put my pan on?
Turn that frying pan on, Cyndi. Put some heat under it. It can be medium.
it was only going to be in the oven. I didn't know it was going to be on the stove too. Okay, my bad.
It's going to happen on top of the stove first. So, about a tablespoon of butter and a couple tablespoons of olive oil, whatever you want to do, and then I'm going to saute my vegetables. So that's what
okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and get my onions in the pan with my squash, guys.
Okay.
Scoop it up with my knife.
How much butter am I putting in?
Just a tablespoon, 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Oh, olive oil, not butter. Okay.
Both, Cyndi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I cook with both. You have,
and I just moved. So I'm still trying to figure out where things are at in my house. Okay.
Okay. So
Got it.
We're getting that going, in this together. And so I always cook with garlic powder. So I'm
garlic powder.
Sprinkle a little garlic powder over. Now I don't know what you have over there, Cyndi. What do you saute in?
I saute with garlic salt.
Okay, what kind of vegetables do you have in your pan?
I only have bell peppers and onions.
Okay, and that's perfect. You guys, whatever you have in your fridge, this is about spring cleaning, so it's not about running out getting the ingredients that I have, even though you can later. So what I'm going to hang this up, and so we got some crushed black pepper, here. And then I'll add a little bit of sea salt on top of this, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then, you guys, I always buy herbs. And you know what I noticed? I love fresh herbs. So I went to Sprouts this week. And do you know how much they are for my fresh herbs?
How much?
We got 2 for $5 or $3.29. That is like $1. What? $1. Some trees, or
I'm bad with math. Remember, I'm bad with math.
Oh, you did that, huh? Okay, that's fine.
Girl, put me on the spot on live.
Well, prices have increased. So I got my veggies sauteing. I'm gonna let them go about another minute here.
I think mine are ready because it's just bell peppers. I think they're ready.
Okay, do you have any meat or anything? Or?
I have soy riso.
Okay, so you have the same thing I have. So I'm going to go ahead and I usually take my vegetables out and cook my soy chorizo a little bit.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is put in my steamed potatoes real quick, guys. Are you guys
you got potatoes.
Yeah,
you got potatoes. Girl.
Yeah, my girl.
Okay, I'm gonna put my soy riso in there then as soon as I get the rest of these vegetables in there. Okay.
I'm going back in for another little seasoning.
Okay.
So guys, here we go. This is the potatoes with the squash, the bell pepper. Hopefully you guys can see that. That looks good by itself, right? And so this is yummy. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in a little bowl right here. And the reason why I'm doing this is I like to cook my soy chorizo a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this really quick. Let's just get it in here. Okay. All right.
Now, mine doesn't look anything like yours. Mine is like...
And it shouldn't have looked... Let me see yours. Okay. Yeah, I see color. That's all that matters.
There's color. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So here's my soy chorizo.
Trader Joe's, it's what I have. But let me tell you something. I have found soy riso at the 99-cent store for 99 cents.
Yeah, you told me that. Now
yeah, so if you can get over to the 99-cent store, you'll save yourself $1.49. ish.
Okay.
I don't know. Wasn't worth it because I was getting everything else from Trader Joe's. Looks like my blouse is crooked, but oh well.
But the one from Trader Joe's, it's under $3. It's like some inches. Cindy, what are you doing?
Well, my blouse is crooked, and then it's like when I'm trying to fix it, it's like going the opposite direction. Like stage left, stage right.
Okay. So you have everything ready? So while this is cooking, let's get our eggs.
Okay. I have egg whites.
Oh, you do? Okay, you guys, I'm going to grate just a little bit of fresh garlic. I like fresh.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of fresh garlic. Go ahead. You're going to beat it first.
My egg whites?
Mm-hmm. Now,
I'm just gonna shake them because I get mine in a carton.
Okay, so guys, I use a little sour cream because I like my eggs. With this particular dish, I like them light, and I don't like that eggy taste.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
you get sometimes. So this was just half a carton of a 8-ounce, a small one. So I just used half of it.
Okay. Can I put my egg whites in there?
No, you still need to beat them, Cindy. You still need to beat them.
Oh, okay.
You still need.
I don't know if I don't know where my whisk is, to be honest, but I'll use I'll use a fork. Yeah, I'll use a fork.
So I'm just seasoning my eggs up, guys.
Boy, these are hard to open.
Okay, so I have my eggs here, and so I'm gonna whisk them up.
Okay.
Really good. And Cindy, do you have any cheese?
I do.
Okay, so get your cheese ready.
Okay.
Our ovens are preheated, guys, to 375.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving these a good stir. You got to get it mixed good because I put that sour cream in here. Okay.
Okay, good.
So this is real nice and fluffy. So
okay, nice and fluffy, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to add back our vegetables in this pan. The pan is still on. So let me add that. And then I'm going to stir, mix it with the tree. So let's stir, stir, stir.
But the eggs aren't in there yet?
Not yet.
And the cheese is not in there yet?
No, not yet. But get it ready.
It's ready.
Okay, so we got this all mixed together. Our heat is on low. We need the heat still on low, okay?
Okay, it's on low. It's on very low.
Now, Cindy, you could, if you had like milk or sour cream to make your egg whites a little lighter, you can do that. If you
I have almond milk.
No, don't put almond milk.
I don't have milk. I don't have milk or
that's fine.
Sour,
that's
fine.
You can use sour cream.
Mama don't go there.
Okay. If you have sour cream substitutes, those are fine too. But we're gonna keep moving along.
Okay.
So, your eggs. Did you scramble those with the fork?
Yeah, they've been whisked and shaken.
So you guys, what I'm doing now is I'm pouring my egg mixture. Now my frying pan is still on, so I'm pouring this mixture all on top.
Okay.
Okay, so it's all in there. And then what I do, let me put this down. I kind of put my fork or spoon, I use wooden too, and I kind of move things around because I want the egg mixture to cover the bottom surface.
Okay.
So I'm just moving it a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see.
I can't from here, but you're saying, yeah, I'm just going to do what you're saying to do.
I'm putting my fork in, just kind of moving.
Oh, okay.
Just so it goes to the bottom.
How much egg? Oh, is the egg all the way to the top?
It covers.
Oh, let me put more then.
Yeah. So this was 6 eggs, and it's okay. It's fine, Cyndi. So this is
Okay.
about almost about a half a cup.
Okay.
A half a cup of cheese on top.
Oh yes, let's get that cheese up in there.
Okay, so our cheese is on top. Our eye is on low, so we want it on low.
Okay.
And what we're looking for, guys, is I'm gonna drink some water because this oven's on and I'm starting to sweat.
Yeah, I'm working up a little sweat myself.
Okay, so what we're looking for, we're gonna leave it on the low heat.
For how long?
Don't have it high. It's gonna be like probably a minute or two. What I'm looking for is the edges to start to firm up.
Okay.
Where it doesn't move on the edge, and you'll be able to see around the edges.
Okay.
So make sure you don't have the heat too high because you don't want this egg mixture to start cooking too fast, and
it's on the lowest low. It can't go any lower.
Okay, so we can have it on the medium low, but you just have to watch it. So I'm watching mine. You're gonna see it start to create that crust around the edge.
Okay.
Right there. Okay, but this is really nice. So if you're not, I don't eat meat other than fish.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a meat lover, you can get whatever meat you have in there, sausage, ham, whatever things you haven't eaten, and you can just put it together and prepare it like this. Make it out of a frittata.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, it's delicious.
And if any of you have any of these ingredients at home, please, just, by all means, just jump in. Eggs or egg whites, a little sour cream, some olive oil, or butter, some vegetables. Right, Lavette? They can just jump in and do this right now.
Yeah, it's a good way to get rid of vegetables that you know you're not going to eat. You're going to let them go bad. The spinach. I've messed up many times with vegetables. Did you get yours in the oven yet, Cyndi?
No, because it's not molded yet.
Okay, well, egg white shouldn't take that long. Take it. Go ahead.
Okay. They're not molded yet.
At all? Okay. Well, turn your heat up just a little bit and watch it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is show you guys. Now, this stays in the oven about 10 to 12 minutes. This side.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah, it's quick. It's really quick.
Yeah. Okay.
So after that 10 minutes, I'm going to make sure I set a timer on because that's pretty fast and I'll forget. So let me.
And I love to eat. Let
me put a timer on.
I'm in my little happy place. Where's the music? Where's the music at?
So we got a timer going. Like I said, 10 to 12 minutes. Now, if you were cooking in a bigger pan, like 9 to 12 inches, it takes it a little longer because you would be using 12 eggs at that point and more ingredients. So you would just, what I usually do when it's a bigger one, and if it's still wobbly in the middle, I'll tint it with some foil, and that it locks in that residual heat, and then I take it out and let it sit, and then it keeps cooking. But I don't like browned eggs, so.
Oh yes! Oh, that's beautiful.
That's your frittata, and so what I have behind here is like some sliced Roma tomatoes, salt and pepper, olive oil, vinegar.
Yes.
That's the way I would like to eat it. So it's that time, you guys.
You're going to eat it.
It's time
Can I just taste it? Now, as you're going to start tempting us, these are my favorite.
Those are good.
The Kamado tomatoes are my favorite.
Those are delicious. Oh,
sometimes I'll find these at the 99-cent store for 99 cents. When I do, I buy 4 of them because that's the price of one of these.
Those are super good. Super
Yes.
good. Okay, so I'm going to take this taste test. I'm going to raise it so you guys can see this. I got a little bit of my tomato, which is really yummy.
Oh, yum.
Piece of frittata. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. That's real good.
I have to tell you that I loved your recipe. So, you know that I primarily only do egg whites, but when you made the frittata and you had whipped up that egg yolk in there, I had more than one serving and my stomach never was upset. So there's something in that process that you do that actually, even if your stomach is sensitive to egg yolks, with this particular recipe, even with quiches, I get nauseous if there's yolk in there. But with your frittata, it was amazing. I had 2 servings and never felt an ounce of yolk in my stomach.
Yeah, and I just believe, there's healing in my food. There's blessing in my food. So
yes,
you gotta get on sometime.
Yes,
You gotta enjoy sometime, and I gotta make it available to you guys. But this is really tasty. It's really light, and it's healthy vegetables. And so,
I'm excited.
Cyndi has her rendition. I have mine. I can change mine whenever I want. You can change yours whenever you want. Just when you do it with the love and the care, whatever you put in it, and it's gonna taste good. I guarantee it.
Yes. Well, Chef Lavette, thank you so much. And if you are not yet following Chef Lavette, please head on over to her Instagram at ms.jacksoncancook, and Facebook is at ms.jacksoncancook. And she cooks with love. Not only is her food delicious, but she puts some of those extra ingredients, including love. And she's going to come back on here in June will be her next time. So we can hardly wait to have you back with us. Thank you for bringing us this fun, cleaning out the fridge in a safe way, not in a gross way, but just point out some of those vegetables that we don't want to spoil, that we've already invested in. So may as well make a really delicious, light, tasty, yummy frittata.
Yes. I love you guys.
Oh, love you, Chef Lavette. You are awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to put your recipe up. Keep on the lookout because she's got all kinds of fun things coming up in the near future. So follow her on Instagram and let us know how you enjoy your frittata. We're going to be posting up some pictures this week, but we want to know how you enjoy your frittata. All right, Miss Lavette. Chef, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye, you guys.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, boy, tonight was a phenomenal night. We can have these wonderful guests and you can just jump on and we don't feel rushed. That's the thing, is I don't like to feel rushed. I want to be able to enjoy. And so we had wonderful guests tonight. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you. We pray for you. We pray that you are open to those things, those new things that might be coming your way. Hey, I learned a new word tonight. It was pedagogy. Pedagogy. Was that right? Maybe I didn't learn it. Anyway, be on the lookout always. There's something new that awaits just for you, specifically for you and nobody else. And if you're not yet following us on Instagram, jump on over to anewthing.live. We would love just to hear from you. Some of you have been sending us some wonderful direct messages. You're opening up your businesses. You're opening up your online store. You're trying new things. Facebook, we are at anewthing.live. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube and you don't yet subscribe, then do that. Do subscribe. We have something new every week. It's not always an all-female cast, but tonight it was, and we loved every minute of it. And then we do, if you have a prayer request, hey, hit us up. We pray for you already, but we would love to know specific prayer requests that you have, and we are here in your corner. We're cheering you on. We believe in you, and we're excited about those new things that are in store for you, for every one of you. Until next Monday, Have an incredible week. Be safe. Enjoy your time with your loved ones. And we will see you next Monday night at 7 p.m. on A New Thing Live.
Are you ready?